Today I'm going to show you how to undervolt your GPU to make it run cooler and quieter. And it's only going to take a few minutes if you can believe that. Yo, TechDweeb here. Thanks for clicking on the video. Today we're talking about undervolting. Everyone's heard of overclocking. It's where you crank up the clock speeds on your GPU to get extra performance. I made a tutorial on how to do that, link in the description below. But undervolting is far less common. But, in my opinion, undervolting is way more important than overclocking for a few good reasons. 1, it can make your GPU run cooler. 2, because it's running cooler, it runs quieter. My RTX 3080 goes from sounding like this to this. 3. Undervolting can extend the lifespan of your GPU. Running cool means it also degrades slower. And 4. There's usually no downsides. You might think that undervolting means you'll lose a ton of performance. Not true. Usually. Yeah, but even if you do lose a little bit of performance, it's really not much, an insignificant amount. And the trade-off of having a GPU that runs cool and quiet more than makes up for it. So, should we do it? Yeah, let's do it. Right after you read this disclaimer. Did you get that? With that out of the way, I'm going to show you how to undervolt your GPU in just a few minutes. Let's get started. Right now, download and install MSI Afterburner and a GPU benchmark of your choice. I'm using MSI Combustor today. Run MSI Afterburner, click this button right here to open the settings, and check the little box beside Unlock Voltage Control and click OK. Then click this little box right here to open the curve editor. Don't change any settings yet. We need to get an idea of how your GPU performs at stock settings first. So start MSI Combustor and let it run for 5 minutes or so. After about 5 minutes, take note of the voltage, the GPU clock speed, and also the temperature and fan speed that it has settled at. You'll have your own numbers for all this stuff. Don't worry about my numbers. You just worry about your numbers. This part is important, so listen up. Look at the curve editor graph. The curved line with the dots is the voltage to clock speed curve defined by your hardware. That's what we want to change. The horizontal axis on the bottom shows your voltage. The left side is low voltage and the right side is high voltage. And the vertical axis on the left side shows your clock speed. Low clock speeds at the bottom and high clock speeds at the top. The light gray crossed line in the middle shows the current status of your GPU. So, to undervolt, horizontally we want the cross to be further to the left, which means that it'll be running at a lower voltage. But since we're not changing the clock speeds, we want the cross to stay vertically right where it is, at the clock that your GPU is running at comfortably. For me, that's 1800 megahertz. So the next step is to lower the clock speed globally. Don't worry, relax. I know I said we weren't going to be lowering the clock speeds, only the voltage. This is just temporary. In this box here, the core clock box, subtract an amount to get that entire curve down below your max clock on the graph. I typed minus 250 in there and then press enter. This isn't applied yet, by the way. It's just so we can make easy adjustments to the curve. Before, our voltage was around 900 millivolts. So we're going to start by reducing that by 50, which would be down to 850 millivolts. So I'm going to move my mouse to the horizontal part of the graph corresponding to 850 millivolts. I'm going to click and drag that little gray box on the curve up to the clock speed that we already determined our GPU runs comfortably at. For me, that's 1800 megahertz. This doesn't have to be exact, by the way, just get it as close as you can. As you drag, the little gray box on the far left tells you the exact number you're choosing. Now, click the apply button down here and watch what happens. You'll see that it automatically adjusts our curve, which is good. And we go from 900 millivolts down to 850 millivolts. Let Combustor run like this for a while, like 2 minutes or so. If it looks stable without any crashes, then great. You've undervolted by 50 millivolts. So let's go lower. We're going to reset the settings by clicking this reset button here and then redo the process, except we're going to subtract another 25 millivolts, which for me means I'm shooting for 825 millivolts. So I'll lower the clocks by 250 again and then go down to 825 millivolts on the curve and drag that up to 1800 megahertz and apply. And it's good. How low can you go? Well, it depends on your GPU. Just keep doing this until you get a crash. Usually your MSI Combustor will freeze up and then crash, and that's how you know you've pushed the voltage too low. Or it'll be fine here, but your games might crash. The amounts are different depending on your GPU, but usually you could get away with undervolting by between 75 to 125 millivolts. My RTX 3080 is stable by undervolting to by 120 millivolts, which takes it to around 780 millivolts. But again, your numbers will be different. All that matters is that your final result is less than when you started. Once you found that magic number, you're done.
Yay!
And that's it. You just undervolted your GPU. How much of a difference did it make? Well, for me, going down to 720 millivolts on my 3080 took the temperatures from 80 down to 72. And more importantly, my fans went from 85% fan speed down to 60%. It's a big difference to how loud my GPU sounds. And how much performance did we lose? Well, before we were getting 115 FPS, and when we apply the undervolt, we get 112 FPS. So no, nothing catastrophic happened. That's good. Really freaking good if you ask me. Oh, and once you found the settings that work for you, oh great. Save those settings with the little save icon and select the save slot on the right. Now, whenever you load up MSI Afterburner, you can enable that profile to be undervolted. And if you want that always to be applied, then you can click this little button up here to have MSI Afterburner start with Windows. What's next? Undervolting and overclocking isn't a science, it's an art. That's right, we're artists. Once you get the hang of this stuff, you can play around with undervolting and overclocking, or underclocking, at the same time. I personally like to give my GPU a mild overclock and see how low of a voltage I can get it to run at that speed. And if you want to get that voltage as low as you can go, then you can underclock at the same time. So, if you're curious and patient, you can experiment and see how low you can get the voltage, or how high you can get the performance while at a lower voltage. Oh, that wasn't too hard, was it? Now it's your turn. Give this a try and then sound off in the comments below with your results. And while you're down there, click the thumbs up button if you liked the video, or the thumbs down button if you didn't. Subscribe and stuff. I'm TechDweeb. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.